everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. It's Fiona here, and today is my keto and intermittent fasting weekly update. Now, I need to apologise in advance if this is a bit of a rambly video because I have had one tough week. I mean, inside my head, it's been a tough week. Nothing major has happened. I think it started on Saturday. If you saw my vlog, a day of stress and struggles, we had a major power cut in the house and it really stressed me out, and I was so tempted by all the sweets and treats that were in the house, and I really had a struggle with myself that day, wanting to eat them and just forget keto and just eat all the junk. That's what I really wanted to do. From then on, I've had a struggle, not so much craving sweet things. I've just been struggling with myself about what I'm wanting to do in the future, how I've been feeling, how sustainable do I think the keto diet is. I've had all sorts of things going around my head. So what I will say is I have been 100% keto. I have not gone off plan. As tempted as I have been and as confused as I have been, I have not gone off plan at all. I have made sure that I've eaten more this week rather than relying on the iced coffees. I've cut right back on the cream. So I have been doing the right things physically, but my head has been messed up mentally, really messed up. And I think one of the reasons is over the last couple of weeks I've not been feeling great. I've certainly not been feeling as good as I did when I first started the ketogenic diet. The pain in my feet is back, getting really bad again. It seems to be getting worse by the day again. And I think the reason that I started the ketogenic diet in the first place, sorry if you can hear the dogs, they're playing about. The reason that I started the ketogenic diet in the first place wasn't for weight loss. It was to try to improve the nerve damage that I've got in my legs and to try to improve the chronic pain that that causes in my feet. And the first couple of months seemed very promising. It seemed like that was going to be happening. I felt like my legs were a bit stronger, the pain was definitely getting better, and everything seemed to be moving in the right direction, even my weight at that time. The last couple of weeks I've not felt great in terms of, I've not been as buzzing as I was at the start. I've not had the same amount of energy. The problem is because my chronic illness, nobody knows what it is. It's hard to tell what can be attributed to my illness and what can be attributed to my lifestyle. So it might be that regardless of what way I was eating right now, I would be feeling like this. It's hard to tell. It might be that if it is my illness and it wasn't flaring up, maybe I would still be buzzing the way that I did at the start of the keto diet. I don't know. It's impossible to tell, and that is the really frustrating thing. One thing that I do know is that this week I have felt really sick and just not right, really lethargic, and it made me think of the last time that I did the keto diet. It's really weird because about a year ago, no, just maybe about a year and a half ago, I did the keto diet, and the reason that I stopped was because I started to feel like this. I started to feel really sicky and lethargic, and I don't know, I just didn't feel right, and I was starting to gain weight or not really lose weight, and I just thought this isn't working for me, and that was why I stopped. And now I'm thinking to myself, is that the case? Is the keto diet not going to work for me? I know it does work. There's so many success stories out there, but everybody's different. And the problem is that I believe so much in the science behind the ketogenic diet it all makes so much sense to me. It makes a lot more sense to me than the calories in, calories out way of losing weight, although that works for people as well. So my head's just a bit fried, to be honest, and I've not really known where to go with it. What I do know is that since I came back from a holiday, I haven't been feeling as good as I did at the start. Whether it's because I came off keto and had 2 weeks of eating absolute crap, I don't know. But it's been since my holiday that the weight hasn't been coming off as well. The pain started again. I've just felt really meh. But the other thing that I need to take into consideration is leading up to my holiday, I was so relaxed. I was looking forward to going away. I knew the girls were going to be off school and everything was great. But since I came back my holiday, I've been stressed to the max with one thing or another. There's been a lot of financial worries, nothing major. We're not on the breadline or anything like that. There's just so many things have happened at once financially, with having the holiday, then the girls going back to school and needing all that stuff. And then we've got Abby's birthday in a couple of weeks. We've now got a major leak in the roof of the house. We've got a problem with the shower that we're going to have to get someone out to see to. Just all of these things have been adding up, and stress can make you ill. Especially me with my, whatever my illness is. Sorry I keep going on about this mystery illness, but nobody knows what it is, and I am going to make another video about that probably within the next few days, I think. But whether it's the stress that's making me feel unwell, making me feel a bit meh, and making me stall in my weight loss, because again, I keep going back to the science, but when you're stressed, the hormone cortisol is released. And the reason for that is that helps to get your body into fight or flight mode. So it goes way back to when we were cavemen and we might have been getting chased by a big tiger. Our body would think, stress, it would release cortisol so that you could either punch the tiger in the face or you could run away from the tiger. Now, in order to do that, the cortisol tells your body to release glucose. So, even though you can be eating in a ketogenic way, your body can still be producing its own glucose because of cortisol and the fight or flight response. Now, the last thing I've felt like doing this last couple of weeks is flighting, is running anywhere, even if I could, or fighting. I've just not had the energy, I've just not had the motivation for anything. But cortisol definitely can cause a weight stall or a weight gain. So, is it my illness? Is it the stress? Is it the keto diet? I've got no idea. All I know is I don't feel good. Now, nothing major has happened this week other than that, the whole power cut thing on Saturday. The girls went back to school yesterday and I was a wee bit stressed out about it, but nothing major. I vlogged it, that will be going up today. So it's all my head that's been the problem this week. No outside factors at all. But with my feet being really sore again, my sleep hasn't been great again. I've also not exercised, and I did say last week that I was going to exercise at least twice this week, and I haven't. Hands up. You know I'm honest on this channel. I tell you it like it is. I haven't exercised, and it's because I've just not had the energy. And the other thing that I'm a bit worried about is over the last month or so, I've definitely been lazy on the keto diet. And I don't just mean lazy keto as in not counting my macros. I mean lazy as in not wanting to cook. Lazy as in just not wanting to think up new ideas of things to eat. I've just been going to the go-to food. I've been, you know that I was relying on iced coffee, so I wasn't having to cook. This week I've made an effort. I've cooked a brunch every single day, and I've actually filmed each brunch, so I'm going to put up a video with 5 different brunch ideas. So I have cooked it, but do you know what? I've not wanted to eat it. I've just felt not really hungry. And I think a lot of that is the keto diet, because your body does get used to not needing to eat a lot, because what you do eat is high in fat, it's high in energy, so you don't need to eat a lot. And I don't know if my body's just got used to that and it's thinking, I really don't want to eat right now, or whether it's because the type of food that you eat on the keto diet, am I just getting sick of that? I don't know. But I have tried a couple of new things this week. Even though I couldn't really be bothered, I've done it. I tried the truffles. Oh, I need to put a video up of them. They are amazing, and they can be adapted to Slimming World or calorie counting. They're so versatile, they're amazing. But that's a completely different subject. So, and Jane Day, the lovely Jane, who I've mentioned a few times on this channel, she used to do keto years ago, and she did have some success with it, but then came off it and put weight on, and she ended up doing Slimming World. She's done it on and off for a few times, but she has been at Target for 2 years now, I think, and she is doing fantastic, maintaining her target weight on Slimming World. And I just love her vlogs. I'll link her channel below in case you don't watch her already, but I'm sure you probably do. But in her update on Saturday, she was talking about being lazy, and that was something that she had to change before she could lose the weight, regardless of what sort of eating plan that she chose. And she was lazy in a lot of ways, as well as with her food when she was keto. She was saying that she was quite lazy around the house as well. She just didn't have the inclination to be picking things up and tidying up and things like that. And that really resonated with me this week. Now, everything that Jane says is spot on. She always hits the mark, and whether I want to hear it or not, she talks a lot of sense. But this week in particular, I thought, you know what, Jane, you're right. Is it the diet that's making me lazy? Or am I just getting lazy? Am I needing to buck up my ideas? Am I needing to make a change in my diet in order to change my attitude? Or am I needing to change my attitude and that's going to make things better with my diet? So that's been something else that I have been thinking about this week. It's been tough being me. I don't mind saying that. I felt a bit sorry for myself this week because I haven't known whether I was coming or going. And in my head, I've been thinking, right, that's it. I'm going to buck up my ideas. I'm going to start cooking properly. I'm staying keto and I'm loving it. But then I've been thinking, but I'm feeling awful. Am I needing to come off it? But then I've been thinking, but you like the science of keto. You know that it works. Stick with it. And my head's been all over the place. I've been nipping poor Jack's head about it. And I've been saying to him, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? And he's like, it's nothing to do with me. You know, he's that used to me changing my mind and doing experiments on myself. And he just goes with the flow. He never knows what I'm doing from one day to the next. And he just goes with the flow. He's really good that way. And I know that he'll support me whatever I decide to do. So I don't know if you just heard that big moan, but that was Ranach stretching. So it's been a good sounding board. But you know what things are like in the middle of the night when you're awake, you're in pain, your head works overtime, and I've really been battling with myself. And I'm thinking, do I need to carb cycle? Now, carb cycling can be done in a number of ways. And it's basically when you are ketogenic for a while, and then you have carbs for a while, and then you're ketogenic for a while, and then you have carbs for a while. Some people do that. They're ketogenic through the week, they have carbs at the weekend. Personally, I don't think that would work because it takes you a good few days to get back into ketosis after having carbs. So only being keto for a week, you're only really going to get 2 or 3 days out of it. Other people do longer periods. They might do a month at a time, a month of carbs, a month of keto. They might do 2 months of carbs, 2 months of keto. They might do a month of carbs, 2 months of keto. It's different ways of doing it. And the idea is that it stops your body getting too used to being the one way. And I'm thinking that that might be the way that I'm needing to go. But then I'm thinking, everything that I know about carbs, all the research that I've done, do I really want to go there? I know that when I was off keto and eating carbs on holiday, I felt yucky, but I was eating crap. So maybe if I'm eating carbs like properly, rather than just eating refined sugar all day every day, that might make a difference. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Intermittent fasting wise, I have been spot on. I've been back to eating 11 in the morning till 7 at night and loving it. That's never going to change now. I don't care what kind of eating plan that I'm doing, I'm always going to be doing intermittent fasting. Unless some major new science comes out saying that it's bad for you, which I can't see happening because it's exactly the opposite. There's always new science coming out saying how good it is for you. So that's not going to change. But do I need to change my diet? I don't know. Now, I'm saying it's not going to change. I don't mean that I'm going to always eat between 11 and 7 every single day. There might be times where I'm on holiday and it's not practical, or we're going out and it's not practical, but that will be sort of days here and there. That's not going to be a constant thing. The majority of my time I'm going to be intermittent fasting now. So that's how I felt emotionally, physically. What happened on the scales today? Well, last week I was 139.4 pounds, and this week I was, when I stepped on the scales, 139.8 pounds. So I put on 4 pounds? Oh no! I put on 0.4 pounds this week. Has that helped my decision any? No, it hasn't really, because it's not really much of a gain. I've pretty much maintained for the last few weeks. So that hasn't helped my decision any. But I think this morning I have really been weighing everything up, and I think I have come to a decision about what is best for me moving forward. And that decision is